influential players Arsenal have, and when their names are on the team sheet, Van Persie and Henry, then teams are scared of them. But with them two missing, then I think Liverpool will give themselves a chance.
OK, well, we're taking in live pictures from Anfield. Always a great atmosphere. You'll never walk alone, belting out over the famous Kop, and lovely flag there of the United States saying we've only got 5 stars. That represents the 5 European Cups, of course. They never lose a trick to have a pop, particularly at Manchester United, I think. But they have got American owners, and of course the rumour this week, Andy, is that Arsenal may be set to follow suit.
Well, I mean, the American owners making their first trip to Anfield for a game tonight, so they're all out in force, the Kop faithful, and of course Arsenal, one of the big clubs not to have been taken over by the Yanks at this point, and all the rumour around the last few weeks has been the owner of the Colorado Rapids and the Avalanche and the Denver Nuggets, from American sporting professional terms, is sniffing around a shareholding at the Arsenal Football Club. So it mightn't be long before they're in foreign ownership as well.
Is this a good thing, Tony, that clubs are being taken over with respect by Americans with a lot of money? But I mean, the new owner of Liverpool accidentally at the press conference called them the Liverpool Reds. Now that jars with supporters, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, you like that it was business people from the UK, people who are involved in the club or follow the club, but you wish that the clubs down the lower of the league would get buyers, that then they can actually pump money into their club, so they can actually raise the standard even more.
OK, well, we'll see what happens with the ownership debate. As you can see, though, the two teams are ready to enter the famous old turf. They'll pass the "This is Anfield" sign, which has been known to cause one or two scares, particularly amongst the opposition. It's a rather youthful-looking Arsenal team, as we've seen in the Carling Cup. A lot of those stars that played in that cup run, Andy, are in this game today. The likes of Danielson and Diaby, the future really of Arsenal.
Oh, indeed. Glishy, you can add to that as well. And Baptista's not young, but he's just making his way into English football. And as you said at the top, Arsene Wenger is making noises about next year, and he's been very lauding the praises of the patience of the board and the fans, realising that they would have wanted to win things this year, but they're getting ready for a massive attack on things next year, and keeping all those players in the frame has been a very difficult job. He's done a great one. They're a young, exciting team, and it's a good pointer to next season, this match tonight.
OK, well, it's a beautiful day on Merseyside. It should be, hopefully, a beautiful game. Let's join our commentators at Anfield, the former Arsenal defender Nigel Winterburn, and first the voice of John Champion.
In Arsenal's case, it's really a chance for them to cement the 3rd position in the league. As you rightly said earlier, both these teams will not finish any higher than 3rd, that's for sure. And I think Arsenal really just need to concentrate on their performances really through to the end of the season, make sure they finish in that Champions League position, and then hit the ground running next season.
Well, let's have a look at the teams. Liverpool's lineup rather gives away the fact that they have this big Champions League quarter-final on Tuesday. Only 5 of these players could really consider themselves automatic first choices. Maybe Reina, the 2 centre-backs, Gerrard and Alonso. Craig Bellamy has a leg injury sustained with Wales on international duty. Kaut and Risa reside on the bench. But back to lead the attack is Peter Crouch, now recovered from an operation to mend his broken nose. Arsenal's injury list is considerable. Henry and Van Persie out for the season, so too now Theo Walcott. And Gilberto has succumbed to a hip problem. However, those absentees are offset somewhat by the return of both first-choice fullbacks, Clichy and Eboué. And there's a very youthful midfield trio comprising 2 19-year-olds, Fabregas and Danielson, and 20-year-old Abou Diaby, fresh from his international debut for France. Emmanuel Adebayor is back after serving a 4-match ban for his part in the rumpus towards the end of the English League Cup final. Arsene Wenger today in fairly relaxed garb. Nigel, no suit today.
No, he's obviously looking forward to this game. Looks fairly relaxed at the moment, but I think over the last couple of seasons he's become more and more agitated out on that touchline, and I think that is really he's got tremendous belief in his team, but we have to say that they've underachieved in the Premiership in the last 2 years. They haven't really put in a challenge, and I think this is frustrating him immensely.
Would you find Peter Crouch a particularly awkward opponent? Were you still playing in this day and age?
Yes, I think so, solely because of his height, really. As a central defender, what you would look at is saying, well, Peter Crouch is not going to run in behind me, so I can try and go and mark him tight. But with his aerial advantage, you're then relying on your second centre-half to give you cover. So if you're going in tight, trying to stop the ball into him and getting flick-ons, really, you're probably only hoping to win 50% because of his height. So you're hoping that your second centre-half is in the right position to cover you. So I think Arsenal may squeeze up slightly, know that they've got nobody that's really got pace to run in behind them. We would think that Gerrard may try and do that from a deeper position. But when you're playing against a forward that hasn't got great pace, you know you can almost squeeze in tight on them and work on their touch and try and battle them in the aerial duel.
And Jens Lehmann skippering the Gunners today, despite the presence of Kolo Touré, who has worn the armband on many previous occasions. There's no Gilberto, of course, today.
Yeah, well, what Arsene Wenger usually does is, if he's without his regular skipper, which obviously would be Thierry Henry, then he usually plumps for the oldest player in the team, because I remember on a few occasions I got it myself, but it's probably not a good sign, because it probably means you're coming towards the end of your career.
Well, it remains to be seen whether Jens Lehmann will be with Arsenal next season. He's 37 years of age, and the club policy is only to offer one-year extensions to contracts to those players over 30. He wants 2.
I always find it an interesting debate on age and one-year contracts. I had the same situation myself when I was at the club, and I always did look, well, I'm quite happy to take a year contract, because the manager used to let you know in January, and if you challenge him for trophies, he's not going to let you go.
Fair point. Liverpool against Arsenal as the Barclays English Premier League enters its home straight for the season. 6 weeks to go, 8 games for the majority of the teams, 9 in the case of Arsenal, who begin today 1 point ahead of Liverpool in the table. Here's Steven Gerrard, fresh from an inspiring performance for England in an uninspiring game against Andorra in the week.
Yeah, mistake by Arsenal early on, but Gerrard a good 30 yards from goal there, and it would have been a sensational strike to beat Jens Lehmann.
It's not weighed in with the number of goals that we've come to expect from him. 8 so far this season, 23 in the last campaign, although that was boosted by a few in Champions League qualifiers. This is Eboué. Given by Steve Bennett, the referee from Kent. Abou Diaby made his French international debut during the week. Touré. Steven Gerrard given a roving commission today. Liverpool with just 1 win in their last 5 English Premier League outings, having won 9 of the previous 10. But they're still 7 points clear of the 5th place side. At the moment, Bolton Wanderers. And both these sides should occupy places 3 and 4 in the table come the end of the season, but they need to ensure that good late form from the likes of Bolton and Everton is not going to deprive them. And in Liverpool's minds will be those 4 days in January during which Arsenal came here twice. Second time very much with a mixture of reserves and young players, and won a pair of cup ties, the second of them a League Cup quarter-final by 6 goals to 3. Liverpool's heaviest home defeat since 1930. Down goes Eboué, challenge was from Gonzalez, and the referee's blown for a foul.
Yeah, you can just see the ball played inside of Bowie here, and Gonzalez makes no attempt really to get to the ball, and just shoulder barges into the back of Bowie. It's a clear foul.
Arsenal glad to have their first choice fullbacks, Eboué and Clichy, back in harness today. This is probably their first choice defence as a whole. Eboué, Touré, Gallas and Clichy. Here's Jermaine Pennant, who for 6 years was an Arsenal player. Once more Pennant. Arbeloa fending off Diaby. A pair of back heels and a chance and a goal. Peter Crouch, 3.5 minutes in. Arsenal have beaten Liverpool 3 times this season, but on home ground it is the Reds from Merseyside who strike first.
Yeah, terrific play by Liverpool. They've started the best. Lovely little flick there by Pennant. It's whipped into the box, and look at that little flick there by Pennant. Sets his player away, and it's just fizzed across the box. Crouch has reacted first. Just has to make contact really and direct it towards a goal, because the pace on the cross, terrific pace on the cross, and Crouch just gets his foot onto it, directs it towards a goal. Lehmann has no chance. Terrific start by Liverpool.
And some really good work by Alvaro Arbeloa in combination with Pennant to set up the chance. Here's Aurelio. Goalkeeper comes and doesn't get it, under pressure from Crouch. Liverpool really fired up. Ideal start for them. A win would take them above Arsenal in the table. Now Peter Crouch on the score sheet for the 14th time this season, which is a fair tally from a player who's not always been a regular in the starting lineup. Fabregas. Just thinking, Nigel, nice work, good trickery, decent skill from Arbeloa and from Pennant. That was in your old area of the pitch, the left-back position. Would you have been disappointed to see your Arsenal defence unlocked by a move like that?
Well, sometimes you have to look at it and say it was terrific skill by Pennant originally. I'll just break off. It's
just a little too strong for Baptista.
Lovely play by Pennant. Arbeloa sets free, but it was a terrific cross into the box because he hit it low with pace as well. And once Crouch got there first, you knew he only had to direct it with the pace on the ball towards the goal, and it would make it very, very difficult for Lehmann, and it nestled in the back of the net. But I've got to say, in the early stages, Arsenal come out, it's a sunny day, they want to knock the ball about. Liverpool are working a lot harder.
Rafa Benitez with Alec Miller on the left there. Would be a good day for Liverpool to turn on the style with their new owners sitting up in the stand. They brought their families over by a private jet from the United States for the weekend to watch the game today and then have a business meeting with Rafa Benitez tomorrow. George Gillette and Tom Hicks, the two men now in charge at Liverpool. A little too strong from Fabregas. Flag was up as well against Adebayor. Peter Crouch's goal has given Liverpool a flying start. Question mark about a possible offside, but I don't think it was.
No, I don't think it's offside. Lovely flick by Pennant. Great ball into the box by Arbeloa. Look at that lovely little flick. But look, he has a quick look here. Whips it across the 6-yard box. And Crouch reacts first ahead of Touré. And once I said before, gets in there first, direct it towards the target. No need to do anything else, just let it hit your foot.
Here is the goal scorer, Crouch. Now the goal creator, Pennant. Carragher. Lehmann will see that out. You know how Arsene Wenger works, of course, so well, Nigel, from your spell playing under him. What will his message to his team have been today, bearing in mind that, on the face of it, apart from retaining a top 4 spot, there isn't a whole lot for them to play for this season? No more Europe, no more domestic cups.
No, but I think as a manager, when teams have been away on international duty, you've only got a couple of days to start working with them again, and they're always very, very worried how their team's going to start. And I've got to say, Arsenal have been very, very sloppy. But, you know, he's got immense pride, Arsene Wenger, and people will say, well, there's not a lot at stake, but there is. There's the 3rd position at stake. And what you also do by winning this game today, you take yourself away from the 5th team. So you want to secure a Champions League place as quickly as you can before the end of the season. You don't want to let it go to the last couple of games, and I'm sure Arsene Wenger will be saying to his team, let's have a bright performance. We haven't seen that as yet from them.
Yes, the last thing they want or need is what happened to them last season, where they were still battling for that Champions League position as the season came to a close.
You know, if they lose this game today, the teams below them, Bolton and Everton, will have a big lift as well, and they'll be thinking, oh, there's a chance here to really close the gap.
Mascherano sliding in. It's his 3rd appearance for Liverpool today. Arsenal, who were unbeaten in the Premier League in 2007 until that stoppage time defeat at Everton 2 weekends ago. Their last 8 games in all competitions, they've won just 2. Toure. This is Aboué. Kleb. Aurelio across for Liverpool. Steve Bennett not happy. Gerrard brushed off the ball by Diaby. Fabregas. Liverpool tidy up well. Here's Gerrard. Danielson. Adebayor. And swept behind into the cop by Arbeloa. Toure. Danielson will be the taker once he's done up his bootlace. Gallas a late arrival. Diaby has the height to be a threat. Toure who flicked it on. Kleb. He's looking for Gallas. Arsene Wenger flanked by 2 trusty lieutenants. Vic Akers on the right there, the kit man. Pat Rice on the left. Pennant. 27 games in 6 years with Arsenal. Serrano, Tennant, Crouch, game settling down after that early goal. 3 minutes 45 seconds on the watch when Peter Crouch steered in Arbeloa's right wing cross. Aurelio. Alexander Kleb, Adebayor, Eboué. Kleb's made himself available, but Aurelio's got the better of Eboué. Danielson. Baptista. Fabregas. They lost out to Alonso. Here's Crouch. And now Tennant. Oh, this was in the way for Arsenal. It's a nice ball by Gerrard. Tennant. Too strong for Gonzalez. Off goes Baptista. Agger comes across. Baptista has got beyond him. Carragher comes in with a rescuing challenge, and it brings a corner.
Yeah, good play really by Baptista there. He gets in behind. He's not really favourite to win this ball. Perseverance, but Carragher, as usual, comes across very, very strong and just manages to kick this ball out for a corner. But just there, just watch Baptista just loses control. If he could have got his touch right there.
Adebayor.
Yeah, if Baptista had got his touch right, he could have had a shot on goal, but they had a corner, whipped in, and half a chance for Adebayor. Gets up well, just really can't direct it into the corner of the net. Just needed to get the right direction, keep it down. I think the rain has beaten. It's just a case of whether the man on the line could have cleared it.
Had an awkward week, Emmanuel Adebayor, finishing off his 4-game domestic suspension, but thrown out by Togo, his international team. Expelled from their squad for an African Cup of Nations qualifier because of a row over bonuses. Nothing new to Togo. The bonuses relating to their appearance in the World Cup finals last summer. Here once more is Adebayor. Kleb. Offside Adebayor.
What Liverpool have done well at the start of this game is that when they lose the ball, they're just leaving Peter Crouch up on his own, and Gerrard and the two wide players are dropping back, and they really are packing the midfield area, and they're disrupting Arsenal's passing rhythm, and at this moment Arsenal can't get any of their 1- and 2-touch play together.
The referee's pulled it back for a foul by Agger on Danielson, and this is Fabregas. Crouch got the header out. Gael Clichy. Now the tracksuit's gone and we're down to a t-shirt. It is a day that promises that spring really is here. A couple couple of false dawns in that respect, but temperature in the high 50s. Pleasant for the end of March, certainly. Adebayor. Clichy. An exclusive little club has formed of 4 players: Bobby Zamora, Benny McCarthy, Gabriel Agbonlahor and John O'Shea. They are the only visiting players to have scored in the English Premier League at Anfield this season. 15 games played here before today, 4 goals conceded by Liverpool. Fabregas. Diaby. Clichy. Over intricate.
Yeah, occasionally I just wish when Arsenal get wide that they would whip it into the box, even if it was low, as we saw Arbeloa earlier put that cross in. Give your forwards a chance, but sometimes Arsenal tend to come out, they're looking for little intricate passes, and Liverpool are really packing their defence and midfield, and they're making it so difficult for Arsenal. And you have to give Liverpool a lot of credit, although they're the home team. When they lose the ball, they drop back, but when they win it, they're trying to break very quickly.
That's a foul on Gerrard by Diaby. And we're going to see the first yellow card of the afternoon delivered by Steve Bennett.
Yeah, it just comes in from behind, almost his foot almost goes underneath, and Gerrard stands on top of him. He goes over. Referee has to make a decision when he thinks it's a booking, and Diaby is in the book.
And now an opportunity for Liverpool. Peter Crouch's goal was their first in nearly 5 hours of play. This is Pennant. Was attacked by Gerrard, then by Crouch. And Crouch! Forcing the save from Lehmann.
Terrific ball into the box. But what Liverpool do well here is they keep Arsenal under pressure. They can't clear it. It again comes to Crouch, tries a little overhead kick, and just can't get enough power to get the ball past Lehmann.
Agger. Nice work inside the centre circle until it came to the pass from Pennant. Danielson finding a Boué. Adebayor. Now Arbeloa for Liverpool. Fabregas. Kleb. Ambushed by 2 Liverpool players. Kleb. As Arsenal pursue this equalising goal. Now Gerrard. Aurelio. Arbeloa. Gonzalez. First time ball in. And Gallas diverting it only just wide of his own post.
Yeah, terrific ball for Gonzalez, good pace. Terrific ball into the box, whips it across, and Gallas can't leave it. He's got to get there. Crouch is just waiting for a simple tap in. Good defending by Gallas in the end, but Liverpool at this moment in time seem to have a lot more threat going forward than Arsenal.
Pennant with the corner. Free header round the back for Jamie Carragher.
This is a terrific chance for Carragher. He just peels away. And I've got to say, he really has to hit the target there. He's no more than 7 yards from goal. Head it back across the goal. Heads it high and wide. Is unlike Jamie Carragher. Terrific chance for Liverpool.
There's an opportunity for Carragher to add to his 4 career goals. You didn't get that many, Nigel, did you? But they did tend to be spectacular.
I think I got a few more than 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my goals were long range. People would probably say speculative shots, but
well, Chelsea sticks in the memory.
Fortunately for me, a lot of them flew into the back of the net. But I was a 1 or 2 goals a season man. And I remember one season I think I got 4 or 5, but that's the best that I ever did.
Prolific.
Well, in those days, the early days of George Graham, I wasn't allowed to go forward that often.
Here's Kleb, looking for a Bouet. It was Agger who was in the way for Liverpool. Pennant. And now Crouch. Gerrard up with him. Crouch peels away. Well, most of the attacking threat is coming from Liverpool. They lead, and they might have established a greater advantage still.
Yeah, see, Crouch is causing lots of problems. They can't win the ball, so they have to let Crouch have it. He takes it into the box, drives in. And you could just see Gerrard outside the far post was putting his hands up. He just wanted Crouch to stand that ball up on the far post, but Crouch went for the shot, tried to almost sort of float it over Lehmann, but I think Lehmann had it covered.
Arsenal have had very much the better of recent meetings between these sides. They've won the last 4. Liverpool's last victory over Arsenal in this corresponding fixture last season, when Luis Garcia scored the winner with just 3 minutes to play. This is Cesc Fabregas. Now Kleb. Adebayor stumbled. Kleb. Mascherano. Arbeloa ran into Diaby. Gallagher. Very comfortable for Reina. Eboué. Crouch. Gerrard. There's an angle now for him. There was.
Yeah, Gerrard did terrific. First of all, he worked the player one way and then the other. It opened up the shot for him, but he then tried to do the same again and lost possession of the ball, and the opportunity was wasted for a shot from 20 yards from goal that I thought Gerrard might take up.
Fabregas. Danielson. In the Cups, Nigel, Arsenal have fielded some very youthful lineups, but these three midfield players today, Fabregas, 19 years of age, Danielson, 19, Diaby, just 20. There can't have been many younger midfields fielded by the club in a league game.
No, they've all got terrific talent. I mean, Fabregas, you would probably say, is the most experienced, but even he's still learning the game. But I've got to say, so far I've been very, very disappointed with Arsenal's performances. There's no pace in their play. Their 1- and 2-touch football, their movement of the ball has been sloppy. Liverpool have looked much the sharper and look more likely at this moment in time the team to get the next goal of the game.
Well, they lead through Peter Crouch, who scored inside 4 minutes. Sweeping in a low cross from Arbeloa. But it's Arsenal who have a free kick. Gallas forward, looking to add to his 2 Arsenal goals so far. It's Danielson. Adebayor. And a shooting chance, which is fluffed by Baptista.
Well, Arsenal's best chance of the game. Lovely ball out wide. Drives in towards the box. Picks out Baptista. You just really want to see him put his foot through that, side foot it through. Completely messes it up and skews it wide of the goal. Arsenal's best chance.
And that from a player who scored 4 times on this ground in that League Cup quarter-final back in January. And failed from the penalty spot to bag a 5th. Danielson. Trying to set Adebayor going. There's Carragher. Arsenal have scored 12 goals against Liverpool already this season. They're not looking too likely to add to that tally so far today. Kleb. Eboué. It's a decent cross, which Reina bats down and then collects.
Yeah, Reina very, very positive to start with. Comes out, gets his hands to it, drops it, but no Arsenal player in and around him, and he can just bend down and pick the ball up comfortably.
Gerrard. There's a moment of concern for Jens Lehmann.
Oh, Lehmann looked very, very calm there as the ball sailed over his head. I'm not quite so sure myself. He knew his position, and I think that was a complete misjudgment by him, and I think he's lucky to get away with that.
It's George Gillette in the centre. Tom Hicks was on the left of your picture. Two men who've dug deep to buy Liverpool Football Club. Takeover of the club was completed on Monday of this week, and they announced they'd acquired 98.6% of the club's shares. It's a push in the back of Peter Crouch there. Toure protests and then has to resume his defensive station quickly. Fabio Aurelio and Crouch! What a header that is! Liverpool double their lead emphatically.
Yeah, quick free kick by Liverpool. It's played out wide, but look at this cross into the box. It's just said to Peter Crouch, go on, head it, just place it towards the goal, but Crouch gets up well. And with his height, he's just got to get some great direction. He is challenged. It's a lovely header. Look, he just directs it into the corner. Comes off his shoulder as well. Look how high he gets. Lehmann has no chance. 2-0.
And Nigel, a pretty fair reflection of the play we've seen?
Oh, I think so. I think Liverpool have been much the better team here. It looks to me as if Liverpool know they have an important game coming up in the week, and they want to get back on track, and they want to be in good form. Arsenal, no game in the Champions League, obviously knocked out. Looks like they're here for a stroll, and we've been saying their passing, their movement and their work rate is simply not up to it at this moment in time.
Well, we got a glimpse there of the last Liverpool player to score a hat-trick against Arsenal, Robbie Fowler. Arsenal, Fowler's favourite opponents down the years.
I think I played in that game myself. I think Robbie Fowler scored a hat-trick in about 5 minutes, if I think that was right.
He did. It's a Premier League record. One of 2 hat-tricks he scored against Arsenal.
Thanks for reminding me.
Sorry. We'll talk about your title win on this ground later. Fowler, as you will have gathered, amongst the substitutes today, together with Dirk Kuyt and John Arne Riise and Bolo Zenden. Crouch and Liverpool with 2 goals. A healthy and deserved lead. Gerrard. Free kick Liverpool. Mascherano, who's just grateful that Benitez has given him the chance to play football again after his troubles at West Ham.
It's amazing how different managers see different players. Mascherano deemed not good enough to get into the West Ham team, and he comes to a team this is still involved in the Champions League.
Debate at the moment as to whether Julio Baptista is going to have a future with Arsenal. He's on loan from Real Madrid at the moment, just as Reyes is on loan in the opposite direction.
Well, what I would say to that is that Arsene Wenger did originally try and buy Baptista. I think it was for around about £11 million. And I think Arsene Wenger has a tough decision to make, because from what I've seen so far, I probably don't think he's been worth £11 million. But in saying that again, I think he has shown flashes. But sometimes it does take foreign players, you know, at least a year to settle into their club. So probably being a little bit harsh to judge him on this form, but that's all we can judge him on, really.
Well, Mascherano's done well for Liverpool there to earn a throw. Aurelio. Gonzalez. Free kick Liverpool's way. It's to Nielsen. Teenager acquired from Sao Paulo last summer. Already elevated to the full Brazilian national squad. Aurelio. Played by Lehmann. Arsene Wenger in stalking mode out there on the touchline, patrolling his technical area. It's not the biggest here at Anfield.
I think the look there from Arsene Wenger probably sums up Arsenal's first half performance. He looks very dissatisfied with his team.
Which has been the case rather too often for his liking this season. He himself says a season of underachievement. Nielsen. Tennant battling to prevent the corner, which he's done. Arsenal have a man down, and that's why the referee Steve Bennett has blown his whistle. It's Adebayor.
Yeah, I think it's just Carragher's elbow actually catches Adebayor unintentionally. Head injury, so the referee is obliged to stop the game.
And I'm obliged to recall the fact that you played in the most famous meeting of all the previous 198 between Liverpool and Arsenal on this ground, 26th of May 1989. When you, as an Arsenal player, needed to win by 2 goals to claim the title.
Yeah, it seems such a long time ago now. We was really an interesting league campaign from us, because we'd almost won the league. We threw it away, and then found out we had to go on the final day to Anfield and not only win, which was difficult in itself in them times, but win by 2 clear goals. And in the final moments of that game, I know certain people thought that it was a fitting tribute to the end of the season to Liverpool, but we managed just to nick that goal right at the end and spoil all the parties.
Michael Thomas with the clinching goal, who went on to sign for Liverpool. And our summariser today, far too modest to mention that he set up the opening goal that night for Alan Smith. There you are. Has that redressed the balance after the Robbie Fowler hat-tricks?
Well, it certainly has. It's 2 games that I don't think I'll ever forget. One for the right reasons, one for the history books for Liverpool that I think they will probably remember, Robbie Fowler will remember for their right reasons.
Elena didn't like the kick. Straight to Gallas. Well, Adebayor is restored to full fitness. He wasn't going to get that. Offside, Adebayor. And two referees' assistants today, the two who had the misfortune to accompany Graham Poll on the occasion of Croatia against Australia during last summer's World Cup. 3 yellow cards and you're out. Run away from Mascherano. So it's Arsenal's throw. And we're expecting 1 extra minute at the end of this first period. First half in which Peter Crouch has shown that he's no one-trick pony, an adroit near-post finish, sliding in low, getting the better of Touré, and then a soaring header from Aurelio's left-wing cross for the second goal. So a good moment then, Nigel, for you to sum up what you've seen so far. What have you made of the first half?
Well, I think Liverpool have been much the dominant team. Attacking-wise, they've created more chances, they've looked sharper, they've moved the ball quicker. Defensively, they've looked very, very sound. I've got to say, this is probably the worst performance I've seen from Arsenal for a long, long time. It looks to me as if they're still feeling sorry for themselves, having lost those 3 cup competitions in a quick space of time. And they have nothing to play for apart from securing 3rd or 4th place in the Champions League. But I think at half-time, Arsene Wenger will be very, very disappointed. I'd be looking to make a change, but Arsene Wenger doesn't usually make a change at half-time. But if it stays like this 15 minutes into the second half, I'm sure we will see Rosicky, if he's 100% fit, because I think he's somebody that could lift this Arsenal team at the moment.
Well, that half-time whistle is imminent. Fabregas. Arsenal haven't got to grips with the occasion, with the demands. There is, though, a free kick for a foul by Jermaine Pennant. And this will surely be the final play of this first half. Touré, Gallas, Adebayor, Diaby and Baptista. In by Danielson. Kleb. Liverpool will be happy to hear the whistle now. We promised 1 extra minute, we've had 2. Rafa Benitez has been out there tapping at his wrist, as if to say, surely time is up, which it now is. Peter Crouch has scored a pair of very different goals. Liverpool richly deserved their 2-goal cushion. The first at the near post, on the floor in front of Touré, the second in the air, converting Aurelio's cross. Liverpool go off happy, Arsenal discordant, if not yet defeated. Half-time score at Anfield in the sunshine, Liverpool 2, Arsenal 0.
And probably sent their season into a spiral, to be truthful.
Yeah.
And they haven't really, in the points table, regained from that position. So a little bit of symmetry to their season at the moment, staring down the barrel of back-to-back defeats.
Indeed, and back-to-back defeats on Merseyside, I think it was Everton that
last
they lost to, wasn't it?
Exactly.
So they don't like this part of the world, the Gunners, at the moment. So Liverpool, of course, have got a big date in the Champions League in midweek against PSV Eindhoven. Rafael Benitez supposedly rested a few players, but led by Steven Gerrard and that man Peter Crouch with 2 goals in the first period, they have been much the better team. Arsenal have got a lot of work to do. We'll see if Arsene Wenger makes a change or two. And Well, if they're going to get back into this game, they're going to have to get back on the score sheet pretty quickly, but it's a tough ask against this Liverpool team who've kept 14 clean sheets in their last 18 games.
It's extraordinary.
So it's a big mountain to climb to.
Well, keeping clean sheets, you win your games, and frustrating opposition. That's one of the good things that Liverpool have been doing this season.
They've been a lot more solid than in recent seasons. Obviously, I think the arrival of Pepe Reina has had something to do with that. Perhaps?
Yeah, I totally agree. Look, the best defensive team at home at the moment. Chelsea would give them a nudge for their money there, but the key for Arsenal consolidating this year for the fans of Liverpool is the money that Messrs Gillette and Hicks from the United States are going to put into the transfer fund, because they do need 2 or 3 other players to start enabling them at home to dictate the flow of the game. At the moment, they look like an away team. They're doing it really well, I've got to say, but they don't play like they're playing at home.
OK, confirmation Jan Slayman has got a yellow card. Let's go back to Anfield and rejoin Nigel Winterburn and John Champion.
Peter Crouch scored after 4 and 35 minutes, taking his tally for the season to 15 goals. And this is all about who finishes third and who finishes fourth. Both these sides destined, it would seem, for Champions League football next season by finishing somewhere in the top 4. It won't be the top 2. But Liverpool have looked much the livelier and the likelier of these sides so far today. This is Adebayor. Gonzalez. And Peter Crouch could have been in again. Nigel Winterburn is alongside me.
Yeah, terrific run here again. Look at the pace Gonzalez shows, whips the ball across the box. Crouch is just trying to take the pace off with his chest, and would have been in on goal for a hat-trick, but Arsenal really do have to lift their play. It's been very, very poor in the first half.
Kleb couldn't thread it through. And no changes in personnel on either side. Agger. Crouch. Discomforting Toure. Arbeloa. Number of players rested by Liverpool today. Their Champions League duty in the Philips Stadium against PSV coming up on Tuesday. First leg of their quarter-final. So no Sissoko, no Finnan, no Bellamy, who's carrying a slight leg injury. Kaut and Risa on the bench. Their starting 11 have done them proud so far. And Arsenal faced with doing what no side has managed to do at Anfield this season. No visiting side has managed to score more than 1 goal here. And only 4 teams have managed to do that. Crouch. Mascherano. Pennant. So, Pennant over the ball. Crouch again, a potential target, joined by both central defenders, Carragher and Agger, and by Gerrard. There's Carragher. Adebayor made contact. Mascherano. Adebayor. He's gone to his pocket again. And the yellow card appears for the third time today, this time for Cesc Fabregas.
Yeah, Fabregas just holds on to the ball too long. Slides in. Really, I think he's been booked there for stud showing. Makes contact with the ball, but FIFA and the FA are keen to let players know nowadays that you cannot raise your feet and show those 6 studs. It's too dangerous, and I think that's really why Fabregas has been booked.
Gerrard. That seemed to go out of play. Be a goal kick. I can update you on the Jens Lehmann situation. We told you he'd been booked for an incident at the end of the first half and speculated that it was for something he said to one of the officials. In fact, we're now told that he took some water out of a bottle as he walked off and then spat it out, and the water landed on a fan. And the supporter has complained to the police have spoken to the club, and the police are going to ask Lehmann to apologise to the supporter at the conclusion of this game. Jens Lehmann, who has distinguished himself from other goalkeepers this season by accumulating enough bookings to be suspended. Toure. Daniel Agger. Gonzalez. Gallas back to Lehmann. Arsenal seemed sluggish and lethargic for so much of the first half. Never really at it. Any more encouraging signs for them yet, Nigel?
No, not at this moment in time. I think Arsenal's performance, as you say, it looks sloppy, it looks laboured, and as I said earlier, it's probably the worst performance I've seen from Arsenal for a long, long time, and it hurts me to say that. They need to inject some pace into their play. Their 1- and 2-touch passing is simply not working. But they probably will feel they have a chance if they can get the next goal, but they simply do not look like scoring.
Liverpool so rarely concede at home in the Premier League. Just those 4 goals all season. 11 clean sheets in 15 games here. And just 1 home defeat, which was last time out. John O'Shea's late goal for Manchester United, ending a 17-month run during which Liverpool were unbeaten at home in the Barclays English Premier League. Diaby. Kleb. Fabregas. Easily read by Aurelio. Fabregas has won it back for Arsenal, but not for long. Here's Gonzalez. Gerrard! Could so easily have been 3. Now at the other end, here's Adebayor. And that's a good effort that rebounds off the base of the post. Baptista. It's the closest Arsenal have come. Much closer than any previous effort, and there haven't been that many of them. Goalkeeper beaten. Arsenal denied by the upright.
Oh, terrific passage of play. First Liverpool working very, very hard to win the ball back. and chance fell to Gerrard, and then Arsenal broke up the other end, and as you say, their best chance of the game that hits the inside of the post and drifts for safety, but you can just hear the crowd have risen to those two pieces of play, and Arsenal really need more, and we just see there Alonso being booked for a foul on Hleb, but signs that Arsenal may be coming to life, but they could easily have been 3-0 down.
Gerrard at one end, Adebayor seconds later at the other. Touré to strike.
Well, Touré completely gets this wrong. It's just laid to him and almost hits the ball straight into the ground, and I'm not sure if it hadn't been cleared, it'd have even reached the goal. It was a poor attempt.
Adebayor up early. Batista well wide. Gerrard had a glorious opportunity to score a third for Liverpool.
Yeah, it's a terrific ball across to Gerrard, and he decides to take it early. Doesn't decide this time to have a touch and shift it back inside. I think he sees Lehmann across the goal and thinks he can probably fire it into the inside of the post, and then Adebayor breaks away. Good skill by Adebayor. It's got Reina beats Reina. He's peeling away, thinks he's scored, hits the inside of the post and drifts out to safety.
So it stays at 2-0. And Liverpool have the luxury, as Pennant reacts angrily to a decision going against him, Liverpool have the luxury of replacing Steven Gerrard very shortly. Dirk Kuyt is coming on. And this is just what Rafa Benitez would have wanted, that he can bring Gerrard off with 35 minutes still to play to afford him more of the rest that he needs ahead of the Champions League quarter-final.
He's obviously looking ahead to next week's game in the Champions League, and at 2-0 he thinks his team are comfortable, so Steven Gerrard comes off and Kuyt comes on, and I'm sure we'll probably see Liverpool go to 2 men up front.
Very nearly a bizarre third. Jamie Carragher has taken the armband. And Jamie Carragher's been caught there as he cleared the ball. Adebayor is full of apologies. The referee seems prepared to accept them.
Yeah, this is where the forward has to go in, and as Carragher clears the ball, Adebayor's foot comes down on the top of Carragher's, can cause a nasty injury, but no intent from the player, and we just see there two players shaking hands and getting on with it.
First involvement for Kuyt. Pennant. Dirk Kuyt has been a hit since arriving at Liverpool. Into double figures in goals, but his all-round contribution embraces much more than just scoring. Batista. There. Nicked back by Aurelio. Support from Gonzalez. Aurelio again. And Crouch after a poor touch. Crouch could be in here. Very nearly was. Man on a hat-trick, man on a mission. And Liverpool with a player down, clutching his face. Gonzalez. And the crowd want it stopped, and the referee now obliges.
Well, a couple of interesting incidents there. Once when Crouch goes through, we're just watching this incident here. Oh, it was a little push away there. It doesn't even go into his face. We need the player to get out. And the Liverpool supporters are booing because Arsenal don't kick the ball out. they're now told to play on until the referee. And I think if I was a supporter and saw that again, I'd be wondering why my player went down so easily. He doesn't get caught in the face, he gets caught in the neck. Okay, let's give him the benefit of the doubt that he may be winded, but let's just get on with the game.
Jumping with Clichy and then going down under the same player's challenge. Phil Sharp, the referee's assistant, on the spot. Steven Gerrard does have an ice pack. You can't see it from here, but it's on his right thigh. Nice delivery and a goal, touched in by Daniel Agger. Liverpool have been threatening a third for a while, and George Gillette, the owner of the club, the chairman of the board, in all but name, looks on with a broad grin and applauds Liverpool on their way to victory.
Yeah, ball's whipped in from a free kick, left-footed. And Agger just gets up, picks off his player, and again, Arsenal's Achilles heel. 2 goals again today, conceded from set plays. Although the second goal was a short free kick that was played out wide and whipped in. It's still part of a set play. And Arsenal all season have simply been too poor at defending set plays, and they've been picked off again. They're cheap goals to give away, 3-0 down. It could be a rout because Arsenal do look disinterested.
Gonzalez, crouch! The man on a hat-trick looks likely to get one the way Arsenal are defending and the way Liverpool are pumping the ball forward and creating chances. It's a match that doesn't perhaps have the ultimate in terms of a competitive edge because there's no title riding on it, no top 2 finish, but there is pride. There's so much history between these clubs. 2 of the so-called Big 4 in English football. And they both want to finish in the top 4 to ensure the lucrative bounty of Champions League football next season. But this is a result, should it be a Liverpool win, which looks extremely likely, that will take Liverpool above Arsenal in the table. Thomas Rosicky warming up for Arsenal. This is a Boué, who looks plaintively at Glenn Turner, who's the assistant referee on the far side, and he says corner. Which Fabregas is going to take. Diaby was in there. Picked away by Count. Fabregas locked behind for another corner. Header was blocked. Mr. Nielsen. Finally out by Gonzalez.
Yeah, Liverpool look the hungrier of the teams. They're working harder than Arsenal. And I've got to say, they deserve their 3-0 scoreline.
Arsenal who hit the post through Adebayor. This is Baptista. There is Adebayor! Who's looked Arsenal's best bet for a goal. Pepe Reina hasn't had that much to do, but...
Wow, it's a terrific save. Adebayor gets up. Oh, what a wonderful save, because he just gets a glove onto it and pushes it onto the post. And Adebayor will be thinking, what do I have to do to score today? He's now hit the post twice, but look at Reina, he's going the wrong way. He just gets his fingertips onto it and then gets the look that pushes it onto the post. Terrific save, and then it's cleared away.
Here's Leb. Hit that well enough. Marginally off target though. And a double change about to be made by Arsenal. Just over 25 minutes still to play. Freddie Ljungberg and Thomas Rosicky are coming on. And they're replacing Abu Diaby and Julio Baptista. Rosicky described when he arrived as a prince among footballers, and he's had his princely moments this season, although perhaps not quite enough of them as yet. And Baptista, who left this pitch on the last occasion he was here as a hero with 4 goals beneath his belt, makes way as Freddie Ljungberg arrives. Liverpool have scored 3 goals and could have had more. Arsenal have twice been denied by the woodwork. Adebayor on both occasions, once via a stunning save from Pepe Reina. And this is Adebayor.
I think Arsenal have been outplayed for large periods of this game. We look at the stats and say that Arsenal have hit the post twice, which could have made the score a lot closer. But I still believe, I know Liverpool are winning 3-0, they're at least 2 goals better than Arsenal at this moment in time. And I think those 2 shots and a header by Adebayor that hit the post are just masking Arsenal's performance, because in my eyes it's been very poor.
FX microphones around the pitch, as you can hear, are in fine working order. Here's Toure. Kleb. Eboué. Ljungberg. Rosicky. Kleb. Fabregas. A little too long for Adebayor. And then the volley by Eboué. Well, Arsene Wenger has responded to the situation with that double change. He has suffered one heavier defeat here. Arsenal beaten 4-0. But that was 6 years ago. Then made the follow-up challenge, which is deemed a foul. And here's Thomas Rosicky for Arsenal. Adebayor. Gonzalez. Cout. Pennant. And now it's Bolo Zenden's turn for Liverpool. Mark Gonzalez coming off. Respectful applause. Chilean replaced by a Dutchman. Arsenal's season. Collapsed in the space of 13 days. The League Cup final defeat, the FA Cup defeat at Blackburn, Champions League exit. Aurelio. Mascherano. Back at pace by Gallas. Down goes Eboué. Arsenal not today the force that they've so often been. To amuse themselves. Plenty of ice in evidence down on the Liverpool bench. Not only has Gerrard got an ice pack on his right thigh, but Gonzalez is now applying one to his left knee. Ljungberg. Over the top for Rosicky. It was a nice ball. And Aurelio did enough against Rosicky. It's a corner. Rosicky. Danielson. Gleb. Off goes Ljungberg. There's cover there from Agger. Almost 20 years ago you wouldn't have seen a pitch in that condition the last day of March.
They've improved greatly in the last few years.
Touré's header and steered in. William Gallas right on the line. And Arsenal have a goal back.
Yeah, corner's whipped in here, and I think Liverpool just gone to sleep. It's flicked on at the near post. I think it's by Touré. And it bobbles around in the 6-yard box. Let's just have a look again. And I think it comes off a Liverpool player, then hits Gallas and goes into the net. It's Adebayor flicks it on. Cout can't clear it. And Gallas almost sort of chests it across the line, runs it in with his midriff.
Goalkeeper got his glove to it at one stage, didn't he, in the midst of all that?
Yeah, Cout tried to clear it as well, and he just flicked it across the goal. Rayner got his hand to it. It fell to Gallas, half a yard from the line, really, and he's almost knocked it over the line with his chest come his midriff. And, well, consolation goal for Arsenal, I was going to say, but if they could nick another goal in the next 5 minutes, we could have an interesting finish.
Well, we could. He joins that exclusive club, which is not quite so exclusive now. It has a fifth member of Zamora, McCarthy, Agbonlahor, O'Shea, and now Gallas, who've scored for the opposition in the Barclays English Premier League at Anfield this season. After little shorts, Raven sorts it out relatively calmly. But is it properly sorted? Opponent was looking for a free kick. He was looking to get the ball back. Seemed intent on a late challenge, which he pulled out of at the last. Emmanuel Eboué
just managed to recompose himself there, because he thought he was fouled and he went charging after Clichy, and I just thought he was going to take him out after the ball had gone. I think he just managed to regain his composure.
Not even the telescopic right leg of Adebayor could hook that in first time. Well, he's hit the frame of the goal twice, and Arsenal trail by 2, so certainly, but for an outstanding save by Rayner, it would have been 3-2. It was just a couple of inches away. His drive from distance, from finding the net, it hit the inside of the post and came out. It could have been 3-3, which wouldn't really have been a fair reflection.
No, I think Arsenal's problem simply being that their first half performance was shocking, really. They didn't create hardly anything, and they allowed Liverpool to go in with a comfortable lead, and they've found it hard to respond. And I think at 3-0 they've had to throw men forward and take a chance, and now they've just created a little bit of uncertainty. And if they can create a goal within the next 10 minutes, we could have a fascinating finish to this game when it should really be over.
Danielson. Arsenal have won 3-1 in the FA Cup on this ground and 6-3 in the League Cup in the space of 4 days back in January. Touré from distance.
It's really amazing what a goal can do, because Arsenal, for me, for most of this game, have looked laboured. Their 1- and 2-touch passing really hasn't come together. Liverpool have looked much the sharper. Arsenal have scored, and they now look a yard faster than Liverpool. And see Arsene Wenger just crouching down. I think he'll be very, very frustrated with this performance, because you know, nothing to play for really in terms of the league, but they still need to qualify in 3rd or 4th position and secure that Champions League place, and I'm sure he'd like it to be over before we get to the last couple of games of the season.
8 games left for Arsenal after this. Adebayor's cross, taken eventually by Rayner. And amongst those games, a home fixture with Chelsea. They also entertain Bolton, who are one of the threats to their Champions League place. And there's a North London derby at White Hart Lane to fit in too.
I think Arsenal will be confident of finishing in those top 4 positions, solely because the teams around them haven't been in great form themselves.
Here's Ljungberg. Rosicky lost it. Pennant blocked by Rosicky, who's got it back. Ljungberg, part of the Sweden team, beaten by Northern Ireland this past midweek.
2 substitutions have definitely lifted Arsenal. There's a lot more zip about their play. Their 1- and 2-touch passing is coming together. And I said Rosicky is a busy player. He likes to attack defenders.
Danielson's corner met at the near post by Dirk Kuyt. And that's why Liverpool fans like him. He's a picture of industry, both ends of the pitch. Danielson. One change available still to Liverpool. Benitez is thinking of making it imminently. He wants to send on John Arisa. The word from our man down by the technical area is that Javier Mascherano is the player likely to make way. Here's Kuyt. Zenden with the shot. High, wide, and not as particularly handsome. Risa, who surely will be in the starting 11 at PSV on Tuesday in the Champions League. Rosicki for Adebayor. Clichy.
Yeah, it was a poor cross by Clichy. Arsenal worked the ball really well down the left-hand side. Just wanted to see him really cross that with some conviction, whip it in with some pace. And just tried to stand it up on the far post, and it was an easy catch for Reina.
Alonso. Aurelio. Zenden. Mascherano. Peter Crouch has been looking for a hat-trick ever since the 35th minute. And still he waits. Pennant. Here's Crouch. Chance for the third.
What a goal. Fantastic hat-trick by Peter Crouch. The game is now definitely over for Arsenal, and Liverpool have won it. Let's just have a look, and we can see this again from Peter Crouch, because it's a lovely touch on him when it comes into the box. Liverpool work the ball well down this right-hand side. Pennant plays it in early. Look at Crouch's touch. Oh, lovely little touch. Flicks it back, then knocks it between his legs, and then coolly chips it into the net. Excellent goal from Crouch. He's a big player, but he's got a lovely touch. Look at that little flick through his legs. Sets himself up. For me, that's the best of his goals. Terrific goal.
A classic hat-trick as well. Right foot, header, left foot.
Well, you always ask your centre forward for a variety of goals. Tap-ins, long shots, headers, and Crouch has got well, if we can call it a tap-in, the first one. Lovely bit of skill for the third one, and a terrific header for the second one. Every player likes getting a hat-trick, but I've got to say that today Crouch's has been sensational.
There's the predicted change. Mascherano off to a pat on the back from several of his colleagues. Risa on. And Peter Crouch has completed the first hat-trick by a Liverpool player against Arsenal since Robbie Fowler 11 years ago. And an Arsenal change as well. Emmanuel Eboué replaced by Justin Hoyt. Whilst the goal celebrations were still unfolding. Rosicki off chasing. Up it goes to Reina. I never thought I'd hear it. Nigel Winterburn, a member of the famed Arsenal back four, eulogising about a Liverpool striker's hat-trick. But it was worthy of praise.
Well, I have to try and not be biased towards Arsenal, but it was a sensational hat-trick. I'll just break off again.
A shot by Aurelio.
I mean, you know, I've been sitting here today criticising Arsenal, really. Their first half performance for me was laboured. Not the Arsenal I'm used to seeing, but Liverpool have really been impressive for me today. It shows that they have something to play for the rest of this season, and Arsenal look like they're just going to coast towards the end of the season. I've no doubt they'll finish in third or fourth place, but Crouch's hat-trick is absolutely sensational. We see Robbie Fowler sitting there.
Yes, the bridging of an 11-year gap. Fowler would have loved to have come on because he usually scores against Arsenal. Certainly that used to be the case. Risa. Foul. And then Arsenal want to take it quickly. And can't. Arbeloa saw to that. Clichy. Ran away from Fabregas. And a full house here to see Peter Crouch's hat-trick. The attendance 43,958. Which is not enough in the long term to sustain Liverpool's ambitions, which is why they're planning to move to a new stadium just across Stanley Park. Cout. Alonso. Crouch. Well, it's a day that he'll never forget. You don't forget hat-tricks against Arsenal. And it presents Rafa Benitez with a nice selection poser for the game at PSV. So often this season his first choice strikers have been Bellamy and Cout. Sometimes he's employed three, but whether he'd do that away from home in the first leg of a Champions League quarter-final is open to debate. But Crouch could have done no more to press his case today.
No, he's been very, very impressive, Peter Crouch. He's a tall player. He holds the ball up well. He's also got quick feet. He's obviously not going to cause you a problem going in behind. But when he holds the ball up like he does, lays it off, and then finds his position in the box, he's so hard to mark.
Clichy. Ljungberg. Steve Bennett has given Arsenal a free kick. Cesc Fabregas is thinking of taking it. He's had 55 efforts on goal this season, Fabregas, without scoring in the English Premier League. Which seems an extraordinary number. That'd be 56 then.
That probably tells you why. He's such a wonderful player. The stat does surprise me because he's got lovely feet. He's so comfortable on the ball, and many occasions this season I've seen him bursting through into the box, and got to say he has missed some easy chances this season, but there's a young player still learning his game. 4-1 down away from home. It's another learning curve for all the young Arsenal players.
Xabi Alonso. Hoyt. Fabregas. Ljungberg. It's proved to be another awkward, slightly demoralising day on their travels for Arsenal. 7th away defeat in the Barclays English Premier League this season. And they remain unbeaten at home.
Well, if you want to challenge for the title, you can't afford to lose 7 games away from home. In fact, you can't afford to lose 7 games all season. You're now looking at probably 3 or 4 a season, and Arsenal will need to dramatically improve away from home next season if they have to put a challenge back on.
And have they got it in them, in your view, Nigel? Are the young players maturing quickly enough?
Well, I've been saying for a while now that, in my eyes, next season for Arsenal is going to be their biggest season in a long time. I think Arsene Wenger has rebuilt this team over the last couple of seasons, but they simply haven't challenged in terms of the title. They've been way off the pace, and I think the fans will be expecting a big challenge next season. The younger players will have had 2 years of experience, and they're going to have to step up to the plate next season on a consistent basis.
Here's a chance for number 5, and it's a good save by Lehmann, plunging to his left and getting enough on the ball to deny Fabio Aurelio. The referee, I think, has given a goal kick rather than a corner.
Well, that's what I was just waiting to see, a replay of that, and in fact Lehmann has taken a goal kick, and it was a decent save, and I thought I heard the roar of the Liverpool supporters with their disapproval, because they obviously saw that Lehmann had made a good save.
Three more minutes. 4-1 to Liverpool. Could have been more. And it continues this sequence of high-scoring games. 4 meetings between these sides in various competitions this season have now produced 21 goals. Would never have happened in your day, Nigel.
Oh, myself, I was on the end of some heavy losses throughout my career. Lost at Liverpool quite heavily one season, and away at Manchester United quite heavily. It does happen to you as a player and as a team, and you can't really work out why.
Risa. Zenden.
I was just going to say, I think Arsene Wenger, though, will be worried about his team's performance today, because they simply just haven't turned up and played, apart from a couple of spells where Adebayor hit the post. I think Liverpool have really controlled this game. They look the more hungry, they look the more likely to score, and I think Arsenal are already looking like they're on their holidays.
Adebayor would have been flagged offside. So a very satisfactory day for Rafa Benitez and Liverpool, just as long as that slight thigh problem for Steven Gerrard isn't serious enough to keep him out of Champions League duty in Holland on Tuesday. It's a 17th league victory of the campaign for them, and one which will move them clear of Arsenal into 3rd place in the English Premier League table. Albeit still some 12 points behind Chelsea. Peter Crouch is the name on the lips of the faithful on the Cobb. Here's Aurelio. The Cobb can usually find a song for most occasions, and very soon they'll rise as one in acclamation of a hefty Liverpool win, but not until this corner's been taken. Well, the 5th would be a dream end to a very good day for Liverpool. This is Pennant. Aurelio. Oh, and Agger was very loosely marked. An accurate cross would have made it very interesting. Here's Crouch. He'll be taking that ball home with him tonight. It's an impressive win for Liverpool, and a hugely impressive hat-trick from Peter Crouch that has earned them 3 important points in their pursuit of 3rd place in the English Premier League. A classic striker's hat-trick, one with his head, one with his right foot, one with his left. The other goal scored by Daniel Agger. Arsenal twice hit the frame of the Liverpool goal and pulled back a consolation through William Gallas. But Arsenal just weren't at it today, and Liverpool showed plenty of desire and plenty of ability, and they've beaten Arsenal, their old rivals, by 4 goals to 1.
And in turn.